Good afternoon. We'd like to welcome everyone to our second round of our National Kappa League Debate Challenge, our Centennial Edition. Today we'll be featuring St. Louis, Missouri Kappa League versus Alexandria Fairfax Kappa League. We don't want to waste any time today, so we're going to jump right into it. At this time, I will turn everything over to Brother Kendrick Crawford. Brother Crawford.
Brother Scott, thank you, Brother Scott. Welcome to the National Kappa League Debate, the Centennial Edition. As Brother Scott has mentioned, we have St. Louis Alumni Chapter, which is our reigning champions, debating today versus the Alexandria Fairfax chapter up in Virginia. Today will be a great matchup for both teams. From a topic standpoint, both teams have the topics in place. Both teams have had the allotted time equally to both research and have the scholarly information to proper debate today. St. Louis will be the affirmative team today, and Alexandria Fairfax will be the negative team. So here's just a few things for both teams before we get started. So each team will start upon me stating it's now time to start. Based on each particular event within a debate, I'll tell you how many minutes you have before you start the actual debate. Nothing has changed. Both teams and coaches still have the same content. Just to make sure that is on the record, we have all agreed to the judging rubric and the situation that is in place. Other than that, coaches, before each round, please mention which person will be speaking so that they're properly highlighted on the screen to make sure that each team can hear clearly as well as see the participant. If both coaches understand the content that I've just given, please confirm.
Understood.
Acknowledge.
Great, thank you. So we'll get started. So we're going to have the affirmative case. The affirmative case will consist of 5 minutes to present their initial case. At 3 minutes, I'll give you a cue stating you have 2 minutes remaining. At 4 minutes, I'll give you a cue for 1 minute remaining. That will be the same for the negative case once they present. And in between each presentation, there will be questions from each team, and those will be for 3 minutes. With that being said, we'll start our debate with the affirmative case. The affirmative team is St. Louis. St. Louis coach, who will be presenting your initial 5 minutes for the team.
Thank you, brother. Giving our opening will be Austin Ware.
Thank you. Brother Hoggabook, Austin Ware will be the presenter. Mr. Ware, are you available and ready to present?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You have 5 minutes to present your affirmative opening case. Your time will start on me and only me. You have 5 minutes to present. And your time starts now.
Good morning, judges and colleagues. My name is Austin Ware, and I am 15 years old in the 9th grade. I am representing the St. Louis Alumni Chapter of the Guy Wright Program. The resolution for today is, has social media improved human communication? We firmly agree with that. I believe that social media has become more prominent over the years and helped communication in many ways. According to the article by University of the People titled, How Has Social Media Affected Communication? Social media can be defined as a group of online platforms involving collaborating and distributing information with an online community like comments, posts, etc. For our research, we have reviewed University of the People, How Has Social Media Affected Communication, Lifespan, The Pros and Cons of Social Media, and BritannicaPro.com. Are social networking sites good for society? According to Francis DeLamba, a licensed clinical social worker who wrote Lifespan, The Pros and Cons of Social media and tech offers us greater media and connectivity. This consists of staying in touch with family and friends worldwide using software such as Zoom. So let me tell you a story. So my grandma lives in Kenya, and the last time I was able to see her was when I was 6 years old. That was 9 years ago. I didn't think I would be able to keep in contact with her until I came across WhatsApp several years later. WhatsApp is a social media site that allows you to contact internationally and message privately. And with WhatsApp, I'm able to talk to my grandma whenever I want to. According to Britannica.com, procon.org, Social media also allows for quick access to research and information. For example, if you are searching for a job, you can use social media sites such as Instagram, LinkedIn, or even Facebook. 2 years ago, in 2020, when the pandemic occurred, my neighbor lost his job and was trying to get back on his feet and get a new job. He would be looking in the paper for 6 months, and still nothing. He was struggling to find work until he told me about his problem. I told him he should turn to social media, and he reluctantly agreed. Not only did he find a job on LinkedIn, but he found it in less than a week, which is way shorter than 6 months. He got a job in software engineering, and we still keep in contact to this day since both of our communication skills were improved by social media. Social media plays a big part in virtual learning as well. When COVID-19 struck in 2020, about every school shut down. So how would schools continue their lessons? Switching to virtual learning was a great way to do it. Using softwares and apps such as Microsoft Teams, Google Classrooms, and Zoom to connect with students online. This would give them access to the lessons they weren't able to have due to the lockdown. I can even talk from experience because school shut down for me in March of 2020 when I was in the 7th grade. I didn't think I'd be able to finish the school year until virtual learning was introduced for the last 2 months of the school year and efficiently continued in 8th grade. Now I would like to reiterate why social media has improved human communication. Number 1, using WhatsApp to contact my grandma in Kenya. Number 2, my neighbor using LinkedIn
trying to see, could we use that for
to find a job and get back on his feet. And number 3, using softwares like Zoom to learn virtually. Do you think social media improves human communication for grades K through 12, college students, in the workplace, or even in our personal lives? Judges, it shouldn't even be a question. It has. My name is Austin Weary, and I yield my time.
Thank you, Mr. Austin. Your time was yielded at 4:20. That's 34. Thank you for your presentation. Alexandria Fairfax, who will be presenting questions to the St. Louis team?
Aiden Laster will be presenting questions for Alexandria Fairfax.
Brother Harkabuk, that's Aiden. All right, Aiden, are you ready to, Aiden, are you ready to present your questions to the other team?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to present.
All right, Aiden, you will have 3 minutes to present your questions. Your time will start on me and only me. Your time starts now.
Okay. So my first question is, so as we reach our loved ones across the globe, has social media changed the actual information that you communicate with your loved ones?
Well, without social media, we wouldn't be able to communicate with our loved ones. So
Okay.
with that information.
Okay. Well, to move on from that, you said that social media allowed access for kids to go to school since the pandemic, but a lot of kids struggled from that, and like it was severely detrimental to their education. Would you not say that?
Well, as time progressed over the year, kids got better with learning virtually.
Okay. Okay, so did you see the riots or insurrection that occurred on January 6, 2021 at the Capitol?
Yes, I did.
Where did you get the facts from where did they get the facts to justify their actions?
Probably social media.
Okay, so would you agree that social media ended up being a tool that provided disinformation and caused people to try and overturn the election?
It might have been something bad, but they still used it to communicate and get that information.
Okay, well, to the next point, have you heard of the Russian invasion of Ukraine?
Yes, I have.
How'd you find out about the invasion?
Through social media.
Okay, well, Russia has been accused of using social media platforms to spread messages of propaganda to a global audience by spreading fake news as well as putting out advertisements and creating pseudo-activist movements. Would you call that improved communication?
You have a source for that?
Yes. Hold on. Medium.com, Digital Social Society Technology said that. Okay. I'll move on to my next question. So, well, quickly, how did you find out about the topic for today's debate?
Through social media.
Okay. Well, I got my information from a face-to-face meeting with my coach. So wouldn't you agree that regardless of the means under which we got our information, the communication was sufficient and good enough to get us both there at the correct time?
Well, to get the information, how I got the information from the debate and my teammates, we all got it from social media.
Yeah, and I got mine from my coach, and we both got it at the same time. So wouldn't you say that both ways are sufficient in communicating?
Well, I would say ours is better because
Why?
because we got it. We all got it at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. No more questions from me. I yield my time back. Thank you.
Yeah, you give your time back at 3 minutes. All right, thanks for presentations on both sides of the team. We'll move to the next phase of the debate. The next phase of the debate will be the negative case initial presentation. You will have 5 minutes to present your initial presentation, negative case. Your time will start on me and only me. Alexandria Fairfax, who will be presenting your initial negative case.
Samson Boyd will be presenting the initial negative case for Alexandria Fairfax.
Thank you, brother. Brother Hockenberg, that's Samson Boyd. Good afternoon, Samson. Are you ready to present your negative case?
Yes, sir.
All right, Samson, you have 5 minutes to present. Your time will start on me. And your time starts now.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. My name is Samson Boyd, and I am a freshman at South County High School, representing the Alexandria Fairfax Kappa League. We are here today to argue against the statement that social media has improved communication. Simply stated, no, social media has not improved human communication. According to the official Merriam-Webster dictionary, communication is a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behavior. Based on this definition, social media is not communication. Rather, it is the medium that can be used to communicate a message. As a basis for our argument, we will present 3 basic facts. First, social media has only consumed the time that we previously spent communicating via other means, essentially just replacing our other forms of communication. Secondly, most communication over social media is misconstrued. For instance, it is very difficult to convey tone or inflection over social media. And lastly, social media acts as a detriment to face-to-face communication. In a survey we will later discuss, 44% of teens believe that social media distracts them from the people that they are physically with. To our first point, we stated that social media has only consumed the time that we previously spent communicating via other means. For example, over the past 2 decades, the use of social media has experienced a drastic increase, while the U.S. Postal Service states that during that same period of time, the use of physical mail delivery has experienced a drastic decrease. This means that people have shifted from using mail as a means to exchange communication to using the platform of social media. However, the communication itself has not changed. To our second point, a vast majority of in-person interaction consists of non-verbal cues, such as body language, facial cues, and tone and inflection. Due to the way you interact over social media, it is impossible to read those same non-verbal cues. A PhD psychologist, Dr. Albert Mehrabian, who is known for his groundbreaking research in human communication, has been able to explain that words make up only 7% of an in-person communication, while tone, inflection, and volume make up about 38%, and body language and facial expression make up 55%. Nick Morgan, an author on this subject, explains that humans have a tendency to assume the worst when intent of communication isn't clear. He goes on to explain that a simple two-word communication, such as nice job or great work, over email or text is misinterpreted as sarcastic 60% of the time. The interesting side note of this study is that the sender of the text thinks that others understand their message 90% of the time. Again, 90% of the time. See, social media is simply not able to convey enough information for accurate communication. Our last point is that social media actually acts as a detriment to human communication. Time magazine references a study where over 1,000 13 to 17-year-olds were surveyed. 44% said that they were frustrated with their friends for being on the phone while they were hanging out together. And 54% admitted that they were often distracted by social media when they should be paying more attention to the people they are with. I think we can all agree that this does not constitute an improvement on human communication. I yield back the remainder of my time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You yielded back your time at 4:36:64. 4:36:64. All right, the next phase, we'll go into our first set of breakout rooms. That will be for 3 minutes. After the 3-minute breakout room, we'll hear the affirmative. I'm sorry. We're going to have questioning from the St. Louis team. You're going to have 3 minutes question. Excuse my error there. 3 minutes will start. St. Louis, who will present the questions?
Thank you, Brother Crawford. Today we will have Christian Kelly presenting our questions.
Thank you. Mr. Kelly, are you ready to present your questions?
Yes, I am.
All right, you will have 3 minutes and your time will start now.
Hello, my name is Christian Kelly and I'm in the 7th grade representing the St. Louis Alumni Guide Rights Program. My first question is, what is the resolution for this debate?
Our resolution for this debate, if you mean our conclusion, that social media has not improved communication.
Okay, how long have people been using social media?
I don't know exactly.
All right, well, since the start of social media, do you think at least 2 people have improved their communication through social media?
No.
Why is that?
Because they improve their communication by themselves, by communicating with people in person. So they didn't need social media for that.
Okay, you mentioned that social media is just replacing other forms of communication. How is that?
Like I said before, while social media in the past 2 decades experienced a drastic increase, delivery of physical mail experienced a drastic decrease, showing that people move from mail to sending texts or emails, while the communication remained the same.
Okay, do you use social media?
I do.
How do you use it?
I use it to talk, use it to email, text.
And you wouldn't say that other or different way of communication isn't improving your communication?
No, I wouldn't, because before I used social media, I talked to my friends in my neighborhood, at my school, and in the same way, my communication improved.
Okay, would you agree that other people are benefiting from social media?
Can you repeat the question?
Would you agree that other people are benefiting from social media?
That doesn't have anything to do with communication.
Oh, communication-wise, would you agree that other people are benefiting from social media?
No, I believe it acts as a detriment.
How?
How it acts as a detriment to face-to-face communication by creating awkward interactions to inexperienced communicators in person.
Have you thought about the disabled? Would you agree that social media is improving their communication?
Sure.
Okay. How do you think?
Your time is up, both sides. Time is up. Thanks for the presentation of questions. Thanks for answering questions. We will go into our first breakout. Your breakout room will be 3 minutes. After the 3 minutes, we'll have the affirmative rebuttal. Can you please start the 3-minute breakout room?
Yes, sir.
Imagine the possibilities. For some, this is simply a statement. For others, a challenge to see beyond the ordinary.
For more than 140 years, Kappa has celebrated the contributions of those who have gone before. They have served well, they have inspired, and they have taught us to follow their lead. Now the vision of Kappa University is to be recognized as one of the premier undergraduate teaching and research universities in the world. One that prepares effective and visionary leaders with global perspectives.
A proven formula for success, Claflin students are guided by a unique system of values that respects the whole person.
Part of our mission is to try to feed that entire person, that whole person, not just the mind with what it is that they need to learn, but also to contribute to their overall spiritual growth and development.
It's an approach that prepares young people to solve the world's greatest challenges while at the same time serving others.
They're training us in a mind state that if we're to be visionaries, then we have to conquer, all this education now, but then put it to work in the world.
You can actually see that the people here care and want to see you succeed in life, and they actually act on that in helping you do that.
Committed to empowering its students with confidence, character, and pride, the Claflin experience also provides for an environment where exemplary academic achievement soars. Combined with the strength of its traditional liberal arts disciplines, students are encouraged to discover their passion and define their character. Expanding the university's study abroad initiative, establishing the freshman college, creating an honors college, and a leadership development center. These are just a few examples of how Claflin enables dreams to become reality and visionaries to become leaders. By design, the university continues to advance towards its goal of becoming a recognized center of excellence in STEM, a national agenda in higher education focused on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's a Claflin priority that ensures today's students are better prepared to lead in an increasingly global and technological society.
My motto is that you teach and you provide the same services to the students as you would your kids at home. And so not only is it fulfilling for the student, but it is so fulfilling for me. So it's a passion that I have, and I wouldn't be anywhere else but here at Claflin teaching.
Inspiring by example, faculty engage students in vital research and the pursuit of innovative fields of study. Conducting cutting-edge research in everything from AIDS to nanotechnology to studying the decontamination of mustard gas, one of Claflin's signature scientific research projects that takes place in the new Molecular Science Research Center, The university is at the threshold of solving some of the world's most troublesome problems, and the students travel uncharted territory firsthand. Faculty give students proof that anything is possible.
We are positioning Claflin University to be among the best universities, not only in the state, not only in the nation, but in the world.
Welcome back to the National Capital League debate, the Centennial Edition. Today's matchup is St. Louis, the affirmative side, versus Alexandria Fairfax, the negative side. We've heard our opening statements from the affirmative case as well as from the negative case. We're now moving into our affirmative rebuttal. The affirmative team, which is St. Louis, will start. You will have a total of 5 minutes to present your affirmative rebuttal. Alexandria Fairfax, as well as St. Louis, are your teams back from the break rooms?
Yes, sir. We are all here.
Yes, sir. We are here.
Sounds great. Thank you. All right, we'll get started. St. Louis, who's going to be presenting your affirmative rebuttal?
Our affirmative rebuttal will be presented by Mato Jallo.
Thank you. Mato, are you ready to present the affirmative rebuttal?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right, Mel, remember you have 5 minutes to present. Your time will start on me and only me. Your time for the affirmative rebuttal will start now.
Good morning, judges and colleagues. I am Mato Jallo, and I will be presenting the affirmative rebuttal for the resolution that social media has improved human communication. And it most definitely does. Improve means to make or become better, and that is what social media does to human communication. My opponent stated it is impossible to read social cues through social media, but through Zoom, you can read my social cues easily and through other platforms that use videos. My opponent stated that disabled people improve their human communication. So if disabled people are humans, then their human communication is being improved by social media, and he agrees with us. Social media has replaced mail because it is better than mail. Imagine if the judges had to mail in the winner. It would take 7 to 10 business days, but because of social media, we can see it instantly, the winner. My opponent stated 2 people do not improve social media through human communication, but later stated that disabled people improve their human communication through social media. So he agrees. Judges, think about it. If social media did not improve human communication, then why do big companies have social media managers? People dedicated to fixing a company's social media account and making it right. Judges and colleagues, Zoom lets us have this debate. Without Zoom, we wouldn't be here right now. People during quarantine looked to social media apps like Instagram DMs and Facebook Messenger to communicate with others because they couldn't see each other face to face. I have been able to talk to so many people I missed through social media. People can see people's feelings through emojis, as well as gestures, videos, like I've said. And social media can spread business ideas. In America, when there is a problem, we often discuss it on social media, like the war in Ukraine or high gas prices. This lets us know what's happening in the country, improving human communication. If you were hacked, social media allows you to report it instantly. And all the crazy events that have happened more recently spread rapidly through social media. Judges, where would we be without it? Social media is so convenient and easy versus flipping the channels to find a news source or trying to wait for the paper every morning. Social media, no doubt, improves human communication. Social media allows people to improve their relationships and make new friends. 93% of adults on Facebook use it to connect with family members, and 91% use it to connect with current friends. 87% use it to connect with friends. This improves human communication. Pew Research Center's Internet and American Life Project found that messaging on social media leads to face-to-face interactions when plans are made via the sites. So, social media is also improving face-to-face communication. Social media increases voter participation, which improves human communication. And it is a fact that social media helps senior citizens feel more connected to society, which improves human communications. All these facts are from Britannica.org. Coaches use social media to communicate with athletes to see if they're interested in that athlete. And social media can disarm social stigmas, improving face-to-face communication as well. Social media is undoubtedly improving human communication. If at least 2 people have improved their human communication by social media, then the topic is true. And according to the University of the People, over 3 billion people use social media and have improved their communication by it. So social media does improve human communication. So let me reiterate my main points. Social media helps us have this debate, and it helped people during quarantine find a way to talk to people face to face and even have school. At the spread of new business ideas, because of social media, news spreads fast on social media, and you can know any big world event with a matter of a few seconds. It helps involving of civic engagement, which is voting and social awareness, and it provides a voice for those people. It's great marketing tools, and the spread of new business ideas, can't stress that enough. And there are opportunities for remote employment as well. So my opponent stated that social media helps disabled people. So because of that, social media improves human.
Your time is up. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was the affirmative rebuttal. We will have our next breakout room, which will be a total of 3 minutes for both sides. After the breakout room, we'll have the negative rebuttal that will come from the Alexandria Fairfax Alumni chapter. Please start the breakout rooms on me. That time can start now.
I am pleased to welcome you to this grand opening of our multi-purpose center. It is a great day to be a Trojan.
We are extremely excited about the opening of the multi-purpose center.
With approval of the Board of Visitors of Virginia.
Worked a number of years on this project. Actually, the conception of it actually started about 20 years ago.
It has certainly been something that we've been looking forward to, and it has finally come to fruition. Our student athletes, our student body, faculty, staff have also been really looking forward to the opening of the building. It has changed the entire landscape of our university.
This is our club area here. Currently it's the Orange and Blue Club, but we will be looking for a sponsor to name this particular club.
It will continue to help us provide transformative experiences for students so that when they leave Virginia State University, that they are ready to take on the world, whether that be in academics or in athletics.
These are some of what the classroom spaces will look like?
It is going to help us with recruiting because students today are so visual, and this gives us another added bonus to our institution. We think we have the best campus in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and just adding the multi-purpose center has added a different flavor, not only for sporting events, but from an academic standpoint, as well as involving the community with Virginia State University.
Everything was great today. I am proud to have all of the representatives of city government, of local government, of our local communities here, to know that we stand here in partnership with you.
One of the purposes of this facility is to be a home to our men's and women's basketball team, as well as our volleyball program, and also to the woo-woos.
It's approximately a 165,000 square foot facility. The venue can hold anything anywhere from 52 to 6,200 people.
It is very unique to this area. First of all, it's the only facility of this size south of Richmond. It serves a fairly wide geographic area.
Well, it changes the game immensely for our program. First of all, it gives us bragging rights. We know that we have the best facility within our conference, also one of the best facilities within the Atlantic region for NCAA Division II. And so when our coaches go out to recruit and bring those prospective student athletes onto campus, kids want to know where they're playing. And this way they're able to go out and tell their friends, come and see where I'll be playing the next 4 years of my athletic career at Virginia State University.
All right, welcome back to the National Capital League debate, the Centennial Edition. St. Louis versus Alexandria Fairfax is our competition and lineup today. Coaches, please confirm that both teams are back out of the breakout sessions.
Alexandria Fairfax is back from the breakout session.
And Louis team is as well. Thank you.
Thank you. As stated before the break, we'll have our negative rebuttal next. We will have a total of 5 minutes to complete the negative rebuttal, and Alexandria Fairfax Alumni Chapter will give the negative rebuttal.
Eli Boyd will present the negative rebuttal for Alexandria Fairfax.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Eli.
Afternoon.
You will have a total of 5 minutes to present your negative rebuttal. Your time will start on me and only me. Are you ready to present?
Yes, sir.
Your time starts now.
Hello, my name is Eli Boyd, and I'm a junior at South County High School in Lorton, Virginia. We mentioned that communication is the exchange of information. When you post on social media, you know and understand the information that you're imparting. But do you have any idea what information social media outlets, are receiving from you? Social media gives us the gift of speed, but in exchange takes away our components of privacy, accuracy, and legitimacy. My colleagues on the other side of this argument claim that social media allows for quick access to research. That, however, is completely unrelated to the improvement of communication. Earlier, you mentioned that social media allowed for you and millions of other children around the world to attend school during the COVID-19 global quarantine. Though this may be true, I must mention the fact that this form of education proved to be significantly less effective and interactive. According to an article from weform.org, kids learn better in class than when studying from home. In fact, weform.org surveyed over 2,500 teachers from 5 countries on the effectiveness of virtual learning, and they rated it a 5 out of 10 on effectiveness when compared to in-person learning. As for the differently abled, they have always had the ability to use tools such as Braille and sign language to communicate their message. With the emergence of social media, they may have been able to communicate faster, but their message has not changed. Their exchange of information is the same. As for emojis, they simply cannot replace in-person interactions. At best, they can operate as a mask that we hide behind when we can't find the exact words to express ourselves. To touch on a point mentioned earlier, the Black Lives Matter movement is not an example on how social media has improved communication. The movement doesn't need social media to be successful. In fact, the most successful movement historically, the civil rights movement, took place well before the onset of social media. The truth is, social media was never an improvement of communication. With the amount of flaws it possesses and the amount of direct human interaction it lacks, it simply acts as an alternative, less effective option for certain situations. Because it is only an alternative, it would make sense that it would be used in place of other forms of communication, such as face-to-face direct human interaction. As mentioned earlier, this change in communication preference has naturally caused the masses to lose confidence in their previously used forms of communication. This is yet another reason why social media is not and cannot be considered an improvement nor an advancement on human communication. I yield back the remainder of my time.
Thank you, sir. You've yielded your time back at 3:03:99. That's 3:03:99. All right, great jobs from both teams. We're through our introductions. We're through our rebuttals. This is the last round. We will start and finalize with the negative closing remarks. Both sides will have 3 minutes to present their closing remarks. We'll start with the negative closing remarks. We'll have a 5-minute break in terms of breakout rooms, and then we'll have the affirmative closing remarks. So negative closing remarks will be given by Alexandria Fairfax.
Caleb Rucker will be presenting the negative remarks for Alexandria Fairfax.
Thank you, bro.
Is there not a breakout before the negative rebuttal? I'm sorry, the negative closing.
No, we didn't have one slated.
Okay.
Brother Scott.
Brother Crawford, that is correct. There is a 5-minute breakout room prior to the negative closing remarks.
Thanks for the confirmation. Alexander Fairfax, thanks for finding that. We'll go out to the 5-minute breakout rooms. That's my mistake on that. Thank you. We'll go to the breakout rooms now.
I am an unwilling participant in this movement. I would not have signed up for this or any other mother that's standing here with me today. But I am here today for my son, Trayvon Martin, who is in heaven. And also for his brother, Javaris Fulton, who is still here on earth.
The absence of the father in a majority of African American homes has had a devastating effect on the young men in our community. This year, 50% of African American males in cities of America dropped out of high school. A Northeastern University study cites that nearly 1 in 4 African American male dropouts are incarcerated or otherwise institutionalized on an average day. According to the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice, nationwide, African American males represent 26% of juvenile arrests, 44% of youth who are detained, and 58% of youth admitted to state prisons. Currently, 1 out of 3 African American males can expect to spend time in prison. This year, 80% of the incarcerated population are also high school dropouts, making this an issue that truly impacts every member of the community. The simple truth is, young men who have positive role models are more likely to stay in school and out of prison. The question is, how do we help them achieve that? Our answer is Kappa League. Over the last 50 years, Kappa League Mentorship Program, founded by Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, has assisted thousands of young men from at-risk neighborhoods to become college-bound, upwardly mobile, productive members of their community with a focus on community service, leadership, and achievement in every field of human endeavor. We are the men of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, founded in 1911 with over 700 chapters worldwide, represented on hundreds of college campuses and in every major American city. For over 100 years, we have been a pillar of the African American community, focused on uplifting every man, woman, and child that lives within it. We are deeply committed to turning the tables on the negative influences that young men encounter on a daily basis. Our mission is to be the change that we can believe in. Kappa League goals and objectives are fivefold. 1. To help young men develop positive self-identity through the principles of emotional discipline, self-confidence, awareness of their potential and opportunities, and professional appearance. 2. To increase their level of academic aptitude through training with the Naviance educational software system that focuses on organization, preparation, and matching student strengths and interests to post-secondary goals. 3. To employ healthy competition in the field of politics, sports, and teamwork, and encourage young men to excel at levels they thought previously impossible. 4. To encourage social development through exposing young men to the principles of religion, the arts, interpersonal communication, and social etiquette. 5. To teach health and wellness awareness through the principles of physical fitness and proper hygiene, as well as sex education and drug culture rejection. We know you see the value of this program, so ask yourself, how can you help us to mentor another group of young men to become pillars of their community? This year more than ever, we're looking forward to your support.
Welcome back to the National Capital League debate, the Centennial Edition. We're in our last round. This is the closing remarks round. We're in a debate between St. Louis versus Alexandria Fairfax. Alexandria Fairfax will present their negative closing remarks first. They will have 3 minutes to present those negative closing remarks. Are both teams back and ready to present their closing remarks?
Alexandria Fairfax is back from the breakout room.
St. Louis Alumni Kappa League chapter is back as well.
Sounds great. Let's start our round for the closing remarks. Alexandria Fairfax, who will be presenting?
Caleb Rucker will be presenting our closing remarks for Alexandria Fairfax.
Thank you. Caleb, you will have 3 minutes to present your negative closing remarks. Are you ready to present?
Yes, sir.
Your time will start on me. We will not give you any type of cues for additional time. Your time will start.
Good afternoon.
Stop, Caleb. Stop. Your time will start now.
Good afternoon. I am Caleb Rucker. I am a sophomore at West Springfield High School in Springfield, Virginia, and I represent the Alexandria Fairfax Kappa League. My teammates and I have argued 3 basic facts. 1, social media has effectively replaced the means over which we have previously communicated, but it has not improved the communication. To simplify this statement, consider this. Earlier, we referenced an article from Time magazine to support our argument. Whether you read that article while flipping the pages of the magazine, or whether you directed your browser to time.com, the article will be the same. Social media has not improved communication. At best, it's only given us a different way to impart the same information. 2, it is not possible through social media to convey the vast majority of the nonverbal communication that is embedded into human communication. Most communication that is conveyed through social media is and will be misinterpreted. 3, social media is flat out killing our human social skills. People are losing the ability to interact and communicate with each other face to face. Walk into any restaurant nowadays and look at the groups of people sitting together at a table, yet all using their phones to post pictures of their food or to check in or post about the meal, all while ignoring the company of the people who are actually there in person. Lastly, if there are any out there who remain convinced that social media has improved communication, we offer this one last thought. When Steve Jobs and the great minds at Apple Computer Incorporated invented the iPod, they changed the world, unquestionably. They improved the delivery of music, but did they improve music? Absolutely not. Musicians improve music. Has social media improved the delivery of communication? Arguably, but it has not improved human communication. People improve communication. And while social media has given us a better means to archive, preserve, and broadcast communication, the ancient Egyptians improved communication. William Shakespeare improved communication. Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, Haj Malik el-Shabazz improved communication. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. improved communication with his eloquent speeches that drew millions to the civil rights movement and changed laws. It's people that improve human communication, not things nor media. And with that, we would like to rest our case, but before we yield any remaining time, we would like to thank our moderator and our judge for volunteering their time. Mr. Moderator, we yield back the balance of our time.
Thank you, sir. You yielded back your time at 2:45:46. You yielded your time at 2:45:46. Thank you for your presentation and your closing remarks. That's Alexandria Fairfax, Alumni Chapter, the negative side. Okay, we'll move into our next breakout room of 5 minutes. This will be the final breakout room. After that breakout, we'll have the affirmative closing remarks from the St. Louis Alumni Chapter's capital.
Mr. Moderator, excuse me. Is there a break between delivering the closing?
No, there's not.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moderator.
There's not.
So I'll tell you, I'm looking at slides that may have been old, so that's my bad again.
Right.
I'll make sure I have those updated. I apologize for that inconsistency.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Thank you, Brother Crawford.
All right, let's get started with our affirmative closing remarks. That would be St. Louis Alumni Chapter. Who's going to present your closing remarks?
Thank you, Brother Crawford. The St. Louis Alumni chapter will have Jaden Jones present our affirmative closing.
Thank you. Jaden, are you ready to present your closing?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, Jaden, you have 3 minutes to present. Your time starts on me. Time starts now.
Hello and good afternoon, judges, colleagues, and the general public. My name is Jaden, and I will deliver the closing remarks for the St. Louis Alumni Guided program. Despite the fact that our knowledgeable opponents use Zoom, a social media site, to express their points, they claim that their communication has not been improved, which is inaccurate, according to our research. When asked if the communication of the disabled is being improved by social media, our opponent answers, sure. My team believes that social media has improved human communication, because if social media improved the communication of at least two people, it has improved human communication. According to the University of the People, around 3 billion people use social media today, which means that 40% of the world uses social media for communication. But why does this percentage use social media? Well, they utilize social media not only to speed up or increase the volume of their communication, but also to improve it. How will 40% of the world's communication be improved without the use of email, Messenger, FaceTime, etc.? All of these platforms being so favored and convenient. To be quite honest, it wouldn't. They would have great difficulty communicating without the assistance of social media and all of its benefits. Consider how we'd be able to compete in this debate if we didn't have the access to social media platform like Zoom. Mind you, the two teams debating in this debate are totally in different states. Judges, assuming that you have jobs, consider how sending messages and emails has improved your working communication. In terms of the workplace, according to the University Canada West, businesses rely on social media to create brand awareness as well to promote and sell products. Nevertheless, how does social media improve the communication of job seekers? According to procon.org by Francis DeLumba, social media sites help employers to find employees and job seekers to find work. I want to state that again because that's very important, judges. Again, according to procon.org by Francis DeLumba, social media sites help employers find employees and job seekers to find work. For example, he states that 96, not 95, not 94, but 96% of recruiters use social media. What do they use? They use social media in the recruiting process. Social media will undeniably improve human communication. As a result of this, nonetheless, humans must work and humans must feed. I think of the pandemic when I consider how social media has improved human communication. I consider how schools have turned to social media to further their education. I consider how houses of worship have used social media to sustain worship. I consider how social media allows for many to work and communicate with others in the comforts of their home and still receive a paycheck. Judges, when considering the winner of this debate, we ask that you consider the ways that social media is improving communication and how disconnected humans would be without social media. My name is Jaden and I am finished speaking.
Your time is up. Thank you for your presentation. That concludes our National Kappa League debate between St. Louis Alumni Chapter and Alexandria Fairfax Alumni Chapter. Let's give a hand to both teams on a great job today. All right, in this time, we'll return everything back over to Brother Scott Johnson as the judges deliberate and tally up our final scorecards. Brother Scott.
Thank you, Brother Crawford. Again, I want to say congratulations to both teams. Job well done. Coaches, you prepared your teams very, very well. At this time, I want to acknowledge any of our fraternity dignitaries who may be on. I think I saw the Brother Maddox. I think I saw Brother Maddox on.
Brother Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Richard B. Maddox. I'm the Senior Province Vice Poll Mark of the Eastern Province. To our National Guide Right Chair, Brother Burnett, our Eastern Province Guide Right Chair, Brother Johnson, to the coaches of both the St. Louis and the Alexandria Fairfax, Virginia Alumni Chapter, to the parents of these outstanding young men, and certainly to the coaches who helped to prepare these young men for such an eloquent display of communicating their position this evening. I would be remiss if I didn't ask you to give these young men a virtual round of applause. Brothers, Kappa Psi today is very proud of our young men and extremely proud to those who work diligently with this particular program. This is one that should be on display, not just for Kappas and our families, but also for the world to see young African-American men standing proudly and articulating issues that impact our society. I just want to say, Brother Johnson, to you and Brother Burnett, you guys are doing a magnificent job. And this is not something that we take lightly in leadership of this grand fraternity. To the leaders of these two chapters, fortunately, while I sit in the East, the first alumni chapter that I paid dues to happened to be St. Louis Alumni Chapter. And certainly as a member of the esteemed Alexandria Fairfax, Virginia Alumni Chapter, I'm extremely pleased to see the continuing good work that is put in each and every day by the brothers of these chapters. I just want to conclude by congratulating each of our teams, because all of you are winners. Whether the judge today, our esteemed judge, happened to be a awesome African-American female, and we know what we just witnessed over the past couple of days with having elevated the first Black female judge to the United States Supreme Court. So today, to our judge, I say, continue working, continue supporting our community, and we will certainly, as men of Kappa Alpha Psi, men of achievement, will continue to elevate as we move forward and witness the good work of our judge today, who will bring us the winner of this debate. But we certainly appreciate each of you once again for your hard work. To the young men, if I could see each of you today, I would give you a big hug, because what you've done is you're continuing to elevate the dialogue between African-American men and can show the world how to communicate. So once again, thank you very much. Congratulations to each of you, and all of you are winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Maddox. At this time, I would ask if either poll mark from either of the two chapters is present. Do we have either of the poll marks from either chapter present?
Hey, yes, this is poll mark from Alexandria Fairfax.
Go ahead, Brother Taylor, if you would take a moment and give us some words.
Excuse the noise in the background. I'm traveling for work, but I was able to join the call and listening to the debate. Just want to say congratulations to both teams. I think that the work that you're doing with these young men is phenomenal. I was excited to watch and listen to the debate. And I just want to tell both teams that win, lose, or draw, you all are winners. And we really just appreciate the effort that you put in over the last couple of months. I want to thank the committee for all your hard work as well. And I look forward to our next event. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Taylor. Is the poll mark from St. Louis Alumni Chapter on? I do believe the past poll mark from St. Louis Alumni Chapter is on. Brother Boyd?
You would call me out there, wouldn't you, Brother Johnson? I'm trying to be in the background today. Hey, but on behalf of the St. Louis Alumni Chapter, speaking on behalf of our poll mark, Brother D. Rochelle Coleman, today the young men that presented, you know what, you guys just make me proud of the Kappa man. And hey, I applaud you on the job that you're doing. Hey, and I applaud you on the things that you're going to do for the future, because it's obvious from you guys' preparation today that you have been learning from your training for leadership. And so that goes out to the coaches as well for prepping these young men. And again, congratulations to both teams.
Thank you, Brother Boyd. Thank you, Brother Boyd. Brother Crawford, I'm going to turn it back over to you. I'm going to check in with the with our judge and see where we are with the standings.
That sounds great, Brother Johnson. Thank you. So again, thank you to both teams for your presentations today. You both did an amazing job, I think, in the environment that we're in. You're looking at having an opportunity to jump into the college ranks as you get there, more than just prepared based on your ability to speak and convey a message. There's definitely some scholarships in line for each of you, just based on your presence. So do we have any parents on from either the Alexandria Fairfax chapter or St. Louis that would like to speak on their Kappa Leaguers' behalf? If not, we'll jump over to the chair. So Alexandria Fairfax, I do believe that the Kappa League and Guy Wright chairs are possibly available to speak on behalf of the teams.
Hey, Brother Moderator, appreciate it. And just speaking for the parents, I'm pretty sure that they're really excited to see, their kids provide example of how to articulate at such a young age. And I agree with the poll mark said, just the fact that, you're able to do research to validate your arguments and knowing what to pull out. I mean, that speaks volumes. I want to say congratulations to not just the two teams that are here, but all the teams that are even raising their hand to participate in such a thing called Debate Sunday. And once again, just congratulations. And I'd be remiss if I wouldn't say to the coaches, because I could tell, even looking at the previous debates from last weekend, that, we're spending a lot of time with these kids. So congratulations to the coaches. And once again, thank you to all the judges too. That's important. We can't do it without the parents and the community. Thanks a lot, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you, Brother Herb. All right, St. Louis, is your Guy Wright chair or Kappa League chair available to give some remarks to the students? Nope. If not, we'll continue to move down the line. So is there anybody from the St. Louis chapter from the community that would like to speak with some of the young men that you maybe work with in the community to give your opinions of the debate?
Good afternoon. This is Angela Kawere, and I didn't get a chance to speak earlier as a parent, but just to be a part of the Kappa League, I have two sons, and it's just amazing to be able to have an organization who really takes the time to work with our young men. And it's they're not selfish about it. It's like they make the time, they make the sacrifice, and it means the world to me. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who is part of the Kappa Alpha Psi, the judges, the community, the other parents. And every day I'm very thankful that a parent told me about Kappa League for my young men. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Excellent remarks. Thank you. Is there anyone from the community for Alexandria Fairfax that would like to speak, working with any of these young men?
Oh, yes. Good afternoon. Samuel Boyd. I'm a parent, proud parent of Eli and Samson. Just as a quick reference, I had the distinct pleasure of being a Kappa Leaguer back in the late 1980s in Columbia, South Carolina, alumni chapter. And it pleases me to see how far the Kappa League organization has come. So I applaud Alexandria Fairfax preparation and get these guys ready. But I got to tell you, equally as impressed with the St. Louis alumni chapter, Kappa Leaguers. I think we all can walk away here holding our heads high. Just want to emphasize the fact that this is a product of Kappa Alpha Psi. And so it makes, as a Kappa, it makes me proud, and I'm sure it makes the brothers of this grand fraternity proud to see that our future is bright with the development of these youth. So thank you all to the coaches, again, the moderator judges, but also to all those who supported these gentlemen in their development. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for those remarks, brother. We appreciate it. So just insight. So for both teams, going into the semifinals. So the semifinal championship match will be held at Claflin University, which is a premier HBCU here in this great country. And the championship will be held at Howard Stowe State University, that's up in St. Louis, Missouri. Brother Scott, was our timeline like? How we have any updates as of yet?
Still waiting on our judge.
Okay, sounds good. From there, let's go to the students. Alexandria Fairfax, I want to give you an opportunity. So let's start with the person who presented the initial case. Oh, I see Brother Riley jumping on. Brother Riley, do you have something?
Yes, sir, brothers. Apologize for being not visible online, but my name is Riley Jacobs. I am a member of the Alexandria Fairfax chapter historian, and also a member of the Golden Heritage Society, a committee, I should say, 50-year membership. But last year, I was an inaugural judge as to getting involved with this whole particular endeavor. And I just want to make people aware of the amount of preparation that each participant goes through in preparing and reading for this particular event. Not only do they read, they research. As a matter of fact, I got a little tired by trying to basically determine how much of the stuff I want to read at midnight. So I just want to commend the participants for their preparation and their research and their diligence in being able to perform very excellently today on both sides. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brother Riley. All right, now let's jump over to the Kappa League. So Alexandria Fairfax, please have a student present. Who's going to present for us today? Who's going to give us some feedback?
All right. My name is Caleb Rucker. I'm the debate team captain. And I would like to just thank our friends and family who tuned in to watch. And I'd like to thank our colleagues in the St. Louis Kappa League and all of our Kappa Leaguers nationwide. And most importantly, I'd like to thank the men of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity and all of those involved in making this tournament possible. And I'd also like to thank my teammates, Samson, Eli, Aiden, and Matthew.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Go ahead, young man, if you want to say something.
I just want to thank the leaders of our Kappa League, Mr. Ted and Mr. Herb, for orchestrating and putting together the meetings we have 3 times a week. And 3 times a week. And it was a great experience. I want to thank our colleagues for debating against us. It was a great debate. Thank you.
I want to say thank you as well. You know, I know my team worked really hard, and I know the St. Louis team also worked really hard. Sorry if I mentioned my name is Aiden Laster. I'm the president of this Kappa League. And so, I'm really proud of my team. I know we all worked really hard. Like my colleague just said, 4 times a week can be a bit brutal sometimes, but we all really wanted this. And so I thank you. I thank the people that are involved in making this possible. And
I'm Matthew Trimble. I'm the Vice President of the Kappa League. I want to thank Mr. Herb and Mr. Ted for being honest about our dates and our research. I want to commend my colleagues for all the hard work they've done to make sure we were prepared for this debate.
All right, thank you. Let's jump over to St. Louis, give them an opportunity. I appreciate it. Let's give them one opportunity. I think the judge is about to give us some results here. So one Kappa Leaguer, maybe the team lead from St. Louis, give us your opinion and we'll get these results in as far as who's the winner for today's debate.
Hello, my name is Jaden. I'm the Vice President of St. Louis Kappa League. I just want to thank the officials, thank the judges. I want to thank our colleagues our fellow Kappa Leaguers that debated against us, and we just really thank you for the competition and the challenge. Win or lose, it's a winning. It's a win, and so it's a learning experience. And we love to debate, and we love to just say what we have to say, and we just want to say thank you to the audience for listening to us, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you to both teams, St. Louis as well as Alexandria Fairfax. Thank you. Brother Scott.
Still has not come across just yet.
Okay. I have another Kappa Leaguer from St. Louis. Or coach from St. Louis. If there's not another Kappa Leaguer, the coach from St. Louis.
Yes, sir. I'll definitely say a few words here. First of all, I appreciate everybody. I think with everyone talking, everyone should have been thanked. But I definitely want to thank each and every Kappa Leaguer that participated, because they basically took a lot of time out of their day to even join us. Sometimes it's hard to get young men to participate in things like this that are positive, that takes brain power and knowledge, but they put that work in, and that should be really spotlighted. That should be focused on and congratulated for them. Also want to thank the parents. Parents are the ones who brought them to practice, or if it was virtual, they helped set up the Zoom meetings. And parents help in so many ways. You can say a million things about parents, but the Kappa Leaguers and the parents made all of this possible for us as mentors to provide what we love to do, which is mentoring our young men. Also want to thank all the coaches that was along with me, my father and my brother, Coach Nick Thomas, Dr. Herman Harris, all the guy ride directors, our pole mark, our vice pole mark. We're all in this together as a family, and I'm glad that we had this opportunity. And again, thanks to our opponents. It was a great debate, and I hope the audience really enjoyed listening to both sides. And yeah, thank you to the judge, of course. Thank you for just giving your time and volunteering in order to let this debate happen. And we look forward to seeing the results. But as Jaden said, win or lose, it was a win in my book. And I hope both teams feel that way. And I hope both teams got something from it for the future.
Thank you, good brother. So before the last word here, we're going to give the judge an opportunity to speak as requested. Brother Scott does have the results. After the judge's comments, we will have that final decision. Ms. Athena.
Yes, good afternoon. I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve as your judge. This was an excellent debate. I was on the National Moot Court team in law school, so this debate really brought back memories. I could tell that each team has spent a significant amount of time doing their research, had worked on their presentation and oration and delivery. It was clear the two of you did excellent jobs. I specifically want to just call out both individuals that had the rebuttals. I thought that was excellent to be able to highlight your points and then to be able to capitalize on what you perceive as weaknesses in the other argument, and to do it in such a limited amount of time is phenomenal. I'm a seasoned attorney. I work with other attorneys who have not presented their cases as eloquently and persuasively as the two of you did. So hats off to both of you. And I just wanted to say both teams did a phenomenal job. You made my job very difficult this evening. And I look forward to seeing great things from all the Kappa Leaguers that presented today.
Thank you, Ms. Athena. I will turn it over to Brother Scott Johnson.
All right. Thank you again, Ms. Athena. We appreciate your time today and the effort that you put in under the circumstances that we had today. So having said that, and not keeping the suspense any longer, our winner for today's debate will be the Alexandria Fairfax Alumni Chapter Kappa League. Congratulations. All right. So having said that, Brother Crawford, I'll give it back over to you for our closing remarks, and then we'll get prepared for our next debate competition. Congratulations again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brother Scott. To both teams, St. Louis Alumni Chapter as well as the Alexandria Fairfax Alumni Chapter, great job today. You're both winners. Alexandria Fairfax will move on to the next round for the next debate. Ms. Athena, we cannot thank you enough for your time and your diligence today. We're grateful. Kappa Alpha Psi and brothers, keep doing a great job for these young men as they are our future. This ends our first debate for today for the National Kappa League debate, the Centennial Edition. With that, please tune into the next debate. Starts at 4 o'clock. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.